Welcome, one and all. Welcome. Just about to get started here with the iRacing LeMans series broadcast. Get yourselves strapped in. It is going to be an hour of Road America. And also us getting it wrong. Just foreshadowing. It do be like that sometimes. You know, it be like Road America. And it be like, boom. Do you ever notice that? Do you notice the majesticness of this car? Because I do. It is the iRacing LeMans series, LeMans. Le Mans Series, round 4 here at Road America. How's everybody doing today? It's the start of the weekend, and you get to see some majestic cars driving around. Ooh, look at the beauty. As always, I'm joined by Mr. Craig King. Mr. Craig, how are we?
Good evening, Rob. I'm doing well. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Road America. In the month where NASCAR decided that they will have the NASCAR Cup Series here next year, we decided let's bring some sports cars over, but let's not bring IMSA. As much as IMSA is amazing, let's add some powerful boys.
Didn't bring IMSA?
Well, IMSA comes here, but let's bring something more powerful. Let's bring in the thundering Porsche 919. Let's bring in the tractors known as the Audi R18. Let's make it an ILMS. It's fantastic to see 14 turns. Yes, there's a couple imaginary turns due to American marshal posts. 14 turns. I'm going to tell you, Rob, to hurry down. You're going to have to make sure you get your kink right. Down to the kettle bottoms and pay a visit to Canada Corner. And while you're there, wave to the Bill Mitchell bend for me, please. It's going to be a fantastic race.
Wave to the Bill Mitchell bend. It just sounds. You know what? It just sounds like you're telling me like the various bits and sights to see in like the U.S. or Canada. Like there's a Canada Corner somewhere on the border. The kettle bottoms is where you go to make your tea or whatever, and you know they
don't make tea in America.
Yeah, they just have coffee and Budweiser.
and other alcoholic drinks if need be. Let's just give a quick rundown for people keeping score. Top strength of field tonight is the LMP2s, 5.7k strength of field. Then the GTEs with a 4.5, and then the LMP1s with a 3.9. To give an idea of how strong the other two classes are, car number 20 is the first LMP1. And what that means for those who aren't aware, the numbers of a race are based on your iRacing. So the highest I rating in the split in the race gets the number 1, and so on. So there is just under half the field with more I rating than the top driver. And let's give Chris McGrath some credit. You know, he is over 4.5. You know, Solsenberg, who's just set the pole 142.38, is a 4.5 I rating driver. So what does that say if the rest of the field above him is higher? That just shows how strong the GTs and the LMP2s are today.
It's going to be stacked, and it's going to be STACKED on LMP2s. We're on the cameras. The cameras have pointed at car number 1 of this race, Sven Hasse, who's got 9,000 I rating. So he'll be the one to beat in. I thought that was a geodesic car. I was about to say typical geodesic driver, but it's not a geodesic car. It is something else. I can't tell what that is.
You know what would be better, Rob? I can't hear you on TeamSpeak.
I was pushing the wrong button. Professional.
I did want to know what was going on, but yes, Sven has a 9.3 iRacing driver, but in the lead for the LMP2s. Yuri Kastrop with a 148.051, 7.3 himself. These are names that, I gotta be honest, I don't think we've seen for a while, so it's fantastic to see them. We'll give some love as well to the GTE field, or really, let's be brutally honest, the Chevrolet field, because I'm looking down the order,
it's stacked.
We have 18 GTEs and 16 Corvettes. Sorry, not 16, 15 Corvettes, and Pole is not a Corvette.
Wait, what?
Jana De Backer is Pole in a Porsche.
In a Porsche. Oh no. Right. Well, I mean, we'll gloss over the fact that it's a Porsche leading. It's a pork leading the cows to pasture. And we'll go over the qualifying results. They'll do a full lap, so we'll have plenty of time to digest what's gone on just now. You could just see the numbers actually. In pole position is the car number 32, Ishmael Yakubu, with a 142.32. Very nice and tidy that from him. And then just behind him by a whisker. Actually, it's pretty close for the top 3. It's Stolzenberg in the car 21 with a 143.29. Pearson behind them with a 142.61 in third position. In fourth is Alex Salmon with a 145.26. Thomas Balan in fifth position. The only pork 919.
Nope, there's 2. There's 2.
Oh my god.
There's 4. There's 4.
This is a miracle. I've never seen anything like it. It's a 145.89 from him. Hugo Valentin with a 148.86, and then we continue drilling down. Will Lyons with a 148.90. Robert Edward back in the LMP1 with a 149.09. Lewis Woods with a 149.95. Harala with a 141.005 puts him into 10th position. And then in 11th is Ward with a 141.512. In the LMP1s, sorry, LMP2s.
Twos.
Sven Hasse just putting in a blistering lap of a 147.899, about just over a tenth and a half ahead of Kastorp with a 148.051. Heinrich with a 148.134 goes into third position. In fourth is Hooper with a 148.675. Wargany with a 148.933 puts him into fifth. In sixth is Much with a 148.970. Kurtz with a 149.001, almost just flash. In eighth position is Newman, the second, with a 149.032. Mleinek with a 149.203. Crawford with a 149.467. In 11th is Vanderhooch with a 149.882. Probably murdered that name. And I'll leave you the GTEs.
Yeah, I will indeed. So Jana De Backer, we were talking about the lone Porsche taking pole in the GTEs with a 158.959. Dennett Bruno Fontalba, a 159.376 in second. Reese Newland, a 159.420. And Benjamin Gonzalez will come fourth with a 159.532. Burian Frederick, a 159.560 will take fifth. Then Andy Gorton, the sole Ford at Road America, will 159.605. Diogo Paes Solipa, a 159.753 will be seventh. Cyril DeForge will take eighth, a 159.958. Two cars very close next up. Flavio Saturino, a 2-minute flat, .035, and then Jackson Evans, a 2-minute flat, .039, will be 10th. Aurelien Vercher, with a 2-minute 170, is in 11th. Michael Rack, 12th, 2-minute 384. Dragan Miai, I apologize for that, a 2-minute 754. And Luke Sawicki, a 2-minute 804. Then Dominic Sawicki. Is that relationship? Are they brothers? A 201.031. Nicholas LaPlanche, a 2-minute 01071. To go down the four non-qualifiers. For the LMP1s, it will be Chris McGrath in 12th, Slam Backward in 13th. All the LMP2s qualified. Laurent Benso will take 41st and 17th for his class in the GTEs, and Ivan Rapant will be right behind him. Those are your four non-starters, or non-qualifiers, sorry. And, well, the GTEs are coming down the Moraine Suite. Turn 3, 4, and 5, basically, or turn 4. The LMP2s, where are the LMP2s? They are coming down almost to the Hurry Downs. In fact, they are at the Hurry Downs, which means the LMP1s are around the carousel, and the sound of Audis as they're just pacing is deafening.
Get out of the shot, pace car, get out of the shot. I need shots of the cars, not of you. Many people have seen you.
Right, so what are we expecting? Now, we know we've got a couple Porsches. They will be quick. They will be quick off the line, but with the low downforce, I think it is low downforce for the Audis. Once again, they will be the tough ones to beat. The top speed for the Audis will be strong. We know what we're going to be expecting in the GTEs. By the way, Tobacco's got it's me against the world for Jarno. The lone Porsche, where only two other cars that aren't Corvettes. And he's got to fend them all off. And he's got some big names behind him. So that's going to be tough to do. I think he can do it. As the LMP1s come around the Bill Mitchell bend, as everyone knows, using crew chief. Coming around to turn 14 right now. 1 hour of Road America will begin. Rob will take you away. This is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need.
Yeah, the only corner you need. And the only corner that we can get right. Every other corner is just filibuster to us, as Ismail Yakubu Gunze, he was holding up the entire line, and you can just see there the rest of them are just trying to catch up and charge by. That is Stolzenberg blinking for us. Poor man, don't blink too hard or else you'll be caught up by the OCM guys. The OCM guys going on the inside. That is Connor Pearson going on the inside of turn 1, going into turn 2. That is another OCM. That is Alex Salmon looking on the inside of the car 21. Car 21 does not want to lose another position. He will if he's not too careful. Reese Newland didn't take the start, by the way. He is stuck in the pits. So he will be catching back up to the rest of the field. Now, we need to see where is everything going for the rest of these boys. That is Stolzenberg looking on the inside. And he does not take the bait. What happened to the LMP2s?
The LMP2s, I'll tell you right now, Gordon Mulch and Jack Crawford had it coming together as they went green. They were green around the Bill Mitchell bend. Caused a lot of confusion with cars wanting to go fast, wanting to hit the power, and I think a couple of them just got a little bit too tight. Those two are in the back of the field as Crawford looks like he wants to make a move side by side going down into turn 5. He will not get it. Meanwhile, at the front, Haas is in the lead by a second. I want to talk about the GTEs pretty quickly. Fontalba has taken the lead on Tobacco by 2 seconds, and Newland is catching. There's a small gaggle there. The Forge has made up a couple spots there as well. They're all in a little bit of a queue here. Jackson Evans also made it. So making little moves here, and Rack right at the back there takes another position now. Started 12th. I think he's now 10th, I want to say, as he goes past Saturino.
You just see the amount of Corvettes on our screen. This is a sight to behold, but I don't want it to become a one-make series. That's not what this is all about. Where's the other makes? We did see a car go off, actually. Just saw a car go off. What was that? Probably was a Cozze, as I incorrectly pronounced them. They're not Cozzes.
Roberto Edward. Sorry, Roberto Edward into turn 1. We haven't seen Roberto drive an LMP1 for a while. Takes Lewis Woods, takes Tom Bland. Now he's got Lewis Woods. I'm getting my names confused right here. They're in a little bit of a battle right now. The OCM car of Woods using a bit more boost as he's coming down the Maurienne sweep here into turn 4, now down to turn 5. Edward does have the inside though as they hit to turn 5. He will be able to hold this, but can he get the over-under? Woods with a nice over-under. Look at that. He's almost like a little bit of boost. Edward.
Oh, we've got an OCM car gone off. That is Sam Blackwood in the background. What has happened to him? That is an off coming past the Maurienne sweep. Here is a replay of what the entire length was. We also get a very good look at what it was looking like for him when he was trying to get through the field. He was battling a Porsche 919 on the inside. He made a pass. Then there was another one, a car 23, it looks like, on the inside. Oh, and he just kisses the grass. Car gets very upset. And around he goes, and he's going to have to fight all the way back up.
Meanwhile, in the LMP2s, Hooper's lost P3 to Patrick Heinrich. There's a little bit of a gaggle right now. Heinrich, Hooper, and Kutz. There's about a second between the 3 of them, but they're just here coming around the carousel at the moment, just trying to find their way, just trying to find it. They won't get a move out of the carousel, but a good boost. And actually, Nicholas there gets a really good exit the carousel. He might be able with Slipstream to make a move on Hooper here as they're coming down the kettle bottom. Sorry. Will he be able to try and make a late move into Canada corner? Nobody almost hit the back of Hooper. Gets really close as they come out. Onto the Bill Mitchell bend. Can he make a move here? This is not a corner you want to be making a move. Set yourself up, and he's lost a little bit of time being a bit conservative. Will break for turn 14, one of the hardest turns of the course. Cannot get a good launch of. Oh, that's wide by Hooper. So a little bit of grass kick up there. He won't. I'm just trying to look. Will he make a move? I don't think so. Just keep an eye on this as they go across the start-finish line. Can he make a position? It will have to be a dive. Still not in the right position, so Coates will have to start again. But now into P5 from Hooper. Dive
as they go down into turn 3. That is the target ahead of them, Patrick Heinrich of Team Redline Blue, I assume. Well, I mean, it's blue and it's got Team Redline on it, so I'm assuming that's correct. Team Redline, please don't hit me. That is...
He's done it! He's done it!
Easy
move. Easy move. Hooper just braked a little bit later by the look of it. Is he trying the over-under? Does not. So now Hooper, as well as attacking Coates there, he's got to watch out for Walkney right behind him. So that's going to be tough. What about the GTEs?
Let's go ahead and discuss that because we did miss them. This man is leading the race. Let's actually go back to the start and we'll just cast our minds back. I wish I had like the dream, the dream thing where it's just like the harp playing. I really wish I had that. This is the start of what happened to the GTEs. That right there was the RSR of Jarno de Bakker, and he was leading the procession, and they were just coming around the carousel, and the flag went green. I think it was just here. That was the car 5 just going, see ya, bye. Look at him.
What a jump!
He just caught them all sleeping. The Jarno the sleephead. Sleepyhead.
Morning! Time to get up!
Yeah.
What a jump!
Yeah, if that was the iRacing spotter, it'd just be like, you've got to wake up. The race is about to start. You're in first position. You need to get going.
So Sven Haas in the lead of the LMP2. Not talked a lot about him. Fastest lap, a 1:48.973, but cash drop with a 1:49.002. So a little bit of a gap forming between those two, which is fair enough to see. Meanwhile, Connor Pearson leading. Well, Connor Pearson's. Oh, every time we look, Connor Pearson leading the LMP1s with a 1:41.6 last lap. A tenth faster than Jacobu, and right in front of him is the first GTE. That's LaPlanche right there. We already have had a couple. Well, we've had Sawicki. We've had Dominic Sawicki retired this lap. Salipa and Ferrick has already gone that, but now the LMP1s are hitting the GTE traffic around here. Connor Pearson just blinks. Whoa! Hang on, I'm looking at Jacobu and Connor Pearson blinks the other way around usually, but now we're coming through the lap traffic and. You would think on such a wide and long straight track that is Road America that there wouldn't be much issues. You'd be wrong. If they get caught in the carousel, if they get caught in the hurry downs, they are going to struggle. Even if they get caught at Canada Corner to get around a car, and look at this gaggle. Look at this gaggle that Pearson, Jacobu, Salmon all have to go through. And there's two GTEs side by side in front of them. If that's Benzo Saturino, Pearson does not want to go through the gap. And there is a traffic jam behind them, and Pearson just gets by. Here comes the traffic jam. Salmon now wants a piece of this. Jacobu had nowhere to go, and Jacobu gets bookmarked. He gets bookmarked by that GTE. That is Jackson Evans. Loses time. Now Pearson gets bookmarked going down here. Does hold it off. What can Jacobu do? Can he get by in time? No. Bookmarking is a term we use, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware of it, where you put a slower car in between you to try and gain an advantage. That is what's happened there in a tense back and forth match there between Pearson and Jacobu. Salmon's trying to catch up, but this is the first lap of lap traffic, and look how much they're struggling right now to get through the traffic.
I have words to say and not a lot of voices to use. This is going to be absolutely neck and neck, going to be like this, absolutely cutthroat, and Connor Pearson did the right thing, and he did not go past.
Oh, Jacobu had the little bit of misprediction there, sorry, by Jacobu, and now Salmon's almost getting forced off the grass there. Solstenberg's going to take advantage of this. So Salmon was attacking Jacobu, now Salmon's going to defend from Solstenberg. Look how much the traffic just bunches them up, and now the top four can all breathe because they're practically through the GTEs for the first time. That's the worst time because everyone is still bunched up. But look how it's bunched up the field. Jacobu, Salmon, Solstenberg are all a second. Ooh. The second behind them is Valentin. They are all over each other. All I can hear is Audis through my headset. It is mad. Look at the gap. Jacobu, Salmon, and Solstenberg are really close right now. It's going to be a battle of who's got the boost. Who does have the boost? Well, they're boosting about the same, so they're okay for the moment. But all this has mean that Pearson has just decided to go sayonara and just go.
He's got the gap necessary to break slipstream, and that's what he exactly needs. And you could just see GTEs and LMP1s intermingle, and you can see this is the gearbox of Konstantin Solstenberg looking backwards towards Hugo Valentin, and it's just a speck in the distance. But that won't be a speck for much longer. If he makes a mistake, it'll be a big Audi R18 machine looking to see if he can take a position. As they come around the carousel now, Konstantin is...
Oh, is that Fontalba? Sorry, Fontalba's off! The lead GTE's off at the carousel! He decided to go wide! No, did he get forced wide there? I think going into the carousel... Yeah! Oh, he got hit from Edward! He got hit from Roberto Edward. He's got damage to the side of that car. He got forced wide.
Dan Suzuki just smacks in this split. God damn it. Oh no. And you can just see the accident.
Oh, Von Talbot's hit Newland. Von Talbot's hit Newland. Yes. Von Talbot's just hit Newland in Canada corner. Oh no.
Oh,
this is
no.
crazy in the GTEs. Von Talbot's still trying to defend from Gonzalez and Gorton, but P2, okay, P3 gets hit by what was P1 before he got taken off the track. What is going on in the GTEs right now?
Just keeping the replay rolling. This is on board with Bruno Fontalba. Oh, I heard something really bad. We're just going to ignore it. And he's just having to navigate through. And is he got damage? Does he have damage?
He has damage.
Just a sneaking little bit of damage. That was Robert Edward, was it? That got hit?
No, Roberto Edward hit Fontalba going into the carousel. Edward decided to take the inside line of the carousel on a GTE when the GTE was already turning to go inside. Meanwhile, we just look at this teammate at the moment of Fontalba and Gonzalez are battling for P2, and Andy Gorton has decided, I want some of this. Andy Gorton's a Ford. What is a Ford doing in this right now? I'll tell you what he's doing. He is driving up the field. 2 spots made already in this race. He started 6th, he is now 4th, and he has just decided to put his big fat Ford GT right in the middle of this battle.
It's gone are the days of when the Ford was this big block of cheese and burger. It's now a lean, mean lender machine. All right, you know, no, I won't have anything said against my Ford.
Okay, I'm not going to insult the Ford. I love the Ford.
Ford is Bay. Ford is Bay. But
Bay.
These C8Rs are not hanging around either. No, they're no slouches at all.
No, I just want to see Gorton just constantly gets a good line here, and that little bit of damage to the rear right fender, the rear right wing, archway, or yeah, I call it a fender. It's an American term. On Fontalba, it's not affecting him, but he has lost that lead. Like the gap now is 3 seconds between DeBacker and Fontalba. But meanwhile, they are. I wouldn't say they're catching. Let's just look at the times as they crossed the line. Fontalba did a 2:02.6, and it's a 2:03 for Fontalba, followed by a 0.7 and a 0.9 for Gorton, from Gonzalez and Gorton respectively. Sorry, so they are catching DeBacker in all due fairness. Slowly. It's only Fontalba, but
he's creeping up on them. You know, he's tiptoeing. But that accident that the car number 5 of Bruno Fontalba had, I think he's kicking himself right now that it happened that way. He had such a commanding lead, and then all of a sudden it was essentially scuppered. And
I didn't see if Edward had any damage. Sorry, I don't think Edward got much damage from that.
I mean,
but he's gone off. Actually, he's gone off. He started this lap P8. He's now second from last. What has happened to Edward here? He's gone off at turn 3. He's completely missed the braking at turn 3. Oh, he clipped the grass. He clipped the grass going into turn 3.
You can just see.
And went off.
Let's have a look at this. Oh, no, the tractor is not meant to be plowing American soil. No, we're gonna get letters.
Oh no,
we're gonna get letters.
Yakubu's in the pits. Yakubu is in the pits, and that is the back of that car. Oh my god! What has happened? Oh my word! he loses control of the car coming out of turn 14. He hits the wall and he splits salmon again.
Oh no!
Again! Same as last week.
All right, let's. I'm excited. I'm excited. We're just seeing Ishmael Yakubu on the replays. He is currently in 12th position. It's not a place where he wants to be at all. This is him chasing down Alex Salmon, I think. Yes, it is. Alex Salmon
behind.
Oh, Salmon's behind him.
Yeah.
Did he lunge? Did he lunge or something?
Watch. Just watch what happens.
We are watching. I'm with bated breath right now. Coming into turn 14, the Bill Mitchell corner. Oh, no. Alex, no.
Alex, no! Where could he go? Where could he go? Nowhere to go.
The camera's broken.
Yakubu makes it into the pit. Salmon has to tow.
No! Not again!
Exactly. Folks, we're saying that again. That happened last week at Silverstone.
This is the replay. Oh no. As you can just see, we're going to go in slow motion. This is super slow. Look, where can he... Oh, look at that. Look at that spinala. Ooh. Woof. Oh dear. Yeah, that's a few seconds of optionals.
Alex must be thinking right now, not again. He got taken out and flipped over a sign at Silverstone last week. And then he gets thrown up again by Yakubu again.
Oh, that's a few seconds of optionals. Yes, Dan. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, it's just a bit of buffing out, you know.
Let's get back. Frederick in the pit. I think he's retired as well for the LMP2s. Sven Haas is making his way through the GTEs. Almost finished. This battle between the teammates of Fontalba and Gonzalez is still going. Andy Gorton unfortunately has lost him. He was unable to keep that pace up, and can you blame him? These two are going well, and the backer is matching them. So the gap is only about 3.5 seconds, just under 3.5 seconds. But these two are almost like tandem driving at the moment, and just using it to their advantage because they are now clearing the field and just pulling away from the back from the mid-fit pack to try and catch up to the backer. So really good work going on here. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else going on, but can't really see much.
Mikhail Rodriguez put something in the chat. This is iRacing. Imagine if this was like the ad they showed on TV. It's just like, welcome to iRacing. This is...
Oh, we've had an accident! Sorry, we've had an accident! It's Luxawiki! He's lost the car into turn three. The car just decided, nope. He locked the brakes and the car just went.
Is that the birthday party car?
It's the birthday party car. There is no birthday for Luke today.
It's the equivalent of the clown car crashing into the side of a bouncy cars.
Wow.
The clown car arriving to the party late, going at too much speed, goes into the side of the bouncy castle.
The only Ferrari, by the way, the only Ferrari in the race, and he does a spin. You can't. Yeah.
Pronto, so Wiki. Hello. Spinella.
So, Pearson. Well, let's get back to the LMP1. Pearson pretty much doing well at the front. Just doing a really risky move on a lapped LMP2. That's Van der Gucht. He just overtook him going into the kink. That's something I never thought I'd say, but that was a very brave move. Really pushing, and now he's got 2 GTEs and an LMP2 in front of him as they hit, well, again, just a little bit of hesitation there, not knowing where the GTE's going. GTE follows his racing line, so not much of an issue. Now will this LMP2, the LMP2 almost goes out in front of him. That is multi-class racing for you there. It's enough. You just got to keep your eye open everywhere. This is the second pass around for the LMP1s on the GTEs.
When you said
at the same time,
when you said you have to keep your eyes out, Alex Salmon just said, I'm at the point where I need to look out for falling pianos. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I feel sorry for you, Alex.
If that was Murray Walker commenting that, you know, he would be, oh my word, this is incredible. Oh no, it's Alex Salmon. He's on his roof.
That's right, so there's a few battle. Oh my god, I have gone to Hugo Valentin and Lewis Woods. There is a gaggle of 2 LMP2s and 2 GTEs. They were side by side, both classes, going down into turn 5, and that held up Valentin. And now he's got Woods breathing down his neck. His OCA teammate Will Lyons just in front of them and struggling as well as he's trying to get past the LMP2 of Van der Gucht. Van der Gucht is on the inside of turn 7 as Will Lyon's trying to get by him. So losing a lot of time there having to get around, and Vandergut as well. And of course, in the old day, you know, if it's the GTE or an HPD, an LMP1 could have gone around them at the carousel. Woods is unable to. He's had to hold the line to let Vandergut. So he's lost a second on these. While Lyon now is having to defend against Valentine as they hit the Canada corner. Another GTE in front of them. This is the hard part of the track, by the way, to overtake somebody. Because you've got to watch out what lines the GTEs will be taking going up to Bill Mitchell, and then what lines they'll be taking to get ready for turn 14. If rid traffic, it is so hard. And now they're going to hit the boost. Valentine trying to catch on to Will Lyon. Will's not had a good lap there because of lap traffic, and there's going to be an LMP2 getting around a GTE. Will he get back in just in time? It doesn't matter. They won't reach him in time. He would just have to wait for the next corner or two. Will Lyon holding the best as he can on this battle against Valentine. But P3 and P4.
HPD seems pretty slow, Dan. Kappa. It's in the pits, don't you know? The LMP2 bop, I think, is somewhere in around something like 5k, and the lead driver right now is 9k, Sven Hasse.
Oh yeah, the 5 point, the train for Phil for the LMP2 was 5.7 today. No, sorry. 5.7. I was thinking of the GC. The GC was 4.5. Debaxa spun! Oh, Debaxa has had a spin and kept it going. That was a close one. He just clipped the grass going into, that was turn 6. Clipped the grass going into turn 6. Went deja vu, drifted, and I think he used the fourth pedal just to keep himself going. And then he has to just let himself go by from a battle between the LMP2s of Crawford and Much.
I would like to point out, yeah, I agree that the LMP2 is, it's so good. Like, you know when you have like a really nice meal and you just want to have more of it, but you know you can't, you've just eaten it? That's what the LMP2 feels like. You want more.
So if the LMP2 is like that, how about a three-way battle in Corvettes for the GCE class for 6th, 7th, and 8th? Rack, Newland, Rampant, all together respectively. Coming down to Canada corner. Newland wants to make a move into Canada corner. It's going to be a late move. He gets it. No, he doesn't. He loses control. They're going to be side by side. They touch. They stay together. A little bit of an argy-bargy there between Newland and Rack, but they keep it together. Now Rampant wants to make a move. Can't make it going into turn 14, however, but will set himself up as Newland is starting to pull away here. What will Ivo do on Rack? I think he might have a run it straight away. He's got a run, but as he pulled it out too early, because Rack will get a bit of side. No, he doesn't. He doesn't, and that's going to be Rampant. So Rampant's position. So Rack, in the space of what, 3 corners, has lost 2 positions and almost runs into the back of Rampant there.
So it's a 3-way battle in which Michael Rack has pulled out the short stick. And it's not going to be fun for him, but he's got the slipstream, so he can try and make something happen. You can just hear how quiet these cars are, actually. Listen to them. It's like a little whippet going by. The LMP2 car is so good, you can wreck as much as you want and take about a 500 millisecond of optionals, or half a second of optionals. I think that the Lara understands that carbon fiber can buff out. These other cars... Nah, you know, they need more training on how to buff out carbon fiber, you know, or change the parts anyway. Just a bit. I'm just looking to see if we've got anything to let you know of any decent battles at the moment. We have one at the back. It's car number 40 versus the car number 19, Ryan Vercher versus Dragan Mihai, or I don't know how else you pronounce that. Look, listen.
I would say Mihai.
We are known to be the worst broadcasters for names. The worst. We're getting better. If we get a name wrong, just throw an apple at us. It'll feed us. You know, we'll learn. We'll learn.
we need food. But anyway, you know, as you were saying, Vercher and Mihai at the back of the field. It may be for 19th and for 11th and 12th, but it's still a good battle. Vercher has not had a good time around here today. He's currently sitting in 11th. Mihai just hounding him just here and a little bit wide there coming out of Bill Mitchell. But into 14. He's gone wide at 14 as Vercher. Mihai is going to take advantage of this. Takes the slipstream. Goes up, and Vercher really has nothing to defend with.
Yeah, sneaks on the inside. Yeah, unfortunately.
And that's 2 bad corners for Vercher, and if you lose your momentum coming out of Bill Mitchell, then you're really going to set yourself up for... You're going to second-guess yourself when it comes to taking corners into turn 14, but he's held it back there, and a bad turn 1 there from Mihai has to go on the defensive into turn 3,
Ooh,
and Vercher's got nowhere to go.
Squirreling under braking coming into turn 3, he did. We have a request to look at Jack Crawford. I said Crawford by accident, but it's Crawford. Crawford.
In the LMP2s at the back of the field, P8 at the moment in a battle with Much.
Yeah, he is being chased down by the car number 8, sitting in 8th position. I keep looking at that car and I'm just like, is it a Kiss? You know the way that Kiss has like the lightning bolts for the S's?
Oh yeah.
The design makes me think of that for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's the yellow. The yellow is strikingly similar to like Kiss's yellow.
Oh yeah. It's just it's a nice livery there for the Porsche Esports. Was it? Apparently, I'll check that, but it's a very nice livery.
Chris McGrath, by the way, he's retired, so that is another LMP1 down. That is 2 retirements so far for 3. As Alex Hamlin is still in the pits, so
he won't get that repaired.
No. Sorry, excuse me. Just had a bit of a upset throat, as we just see car number 10.
Harala's gone off. Sorry, car 41. Harala's just gone off. Down at looks like P6 into P7. A little bit wide there. Takes a bit of grass. He's not in a battle. He's losing time on Blackwood, as Sam Blackwood is trying to catch his OCM brethren in Lewis Woods, who's going by Yuri Castro in P2 in the LMP2s. Well, him himself is trying to catch up, really. He's 4.5 seconds behind Sven Haas. So the LMP2 field really spread out at the moment. At the front of the field, the back of the field, that Crawford Much is probably the closest battle that is around. But everybody at the moment is just spread out. It
honestly looks like that I know the LMP2's the Lara P217 was based on the 919, but when you look at the back of it, as a blink of an eye kind of way, where you just see it passing by, I keep thinking like the LMP1 field is stacked of of 919s. I'm getting horror stories of back in season 19 when it was just 919s everywhere.
Well, let's look at a couple 919s. There is a battle for 8th and 9th in the LMP1s, and they're both Porsches. We've got 3 Porsches in the LMP1 field. Harala, Bland, and Ward. All of them, 7th, 8th, and 9th respectively. And this is Bland and Ward in 8th and 9th, having a battle. Ward, just every time I look at a battle, someone makes a mistake. Ward goes wide out of turn 3 and down into turn 4, the straight as they go into turn 5. Ward is losing time on Bland, and I gotta be honest, I was expecting a bit of top end speed from these Porsches, but it's just not delivering today. It really is showing that the power of the grip that the tractor has right now, the Audi R18, as well as the low downforce package.
Just see Thomas Bland's gearbox aimed backwards towards David Ward. David Ward is not catching up to him as we were expecting. The last laps between the two of them, Tom Bland was actually faster just by a hair. And by a hair, I mean a 10th and a half. But he is 8 seconds behind the next car, which is Sami Harala. I keep thinking there's an extra R in there as we just pass car number 4, Nicholas Kutz. In 3rd position, he's chasing down Yuri Castro. But he is actually about 0.4 of a second slower on that last lap. And it's not going to help him when he has the 919s giving him dirty air through 13 onto the Bill Mitchell. He'll need clean air to essentially put in the best laps that he can. Living the best life in 3rd position, so he'll be taking podium if all things stay the same. You can just see the headlights of the 919s charging down towards turn 1 to begin another lap. They will be on lap 18 out of 35 now as they come in turn 1. Nice and smooth cornering by the two of them. David Ward will have to make a move somewhere where he can sit Tom Bland down and say, I know, you can't pass me here, you can't pass me here. I'll have essentially half a lap, and that would be essentially through the Moraine sweep. And if you can't do it there, you'll essentially have to be content with sitting behind the car number 33 as they come up the hill towards turn 6 into 7.
Oh, he's gone wide. What's gone off?
That's not.
And that's going to bring Edward in.
Yeah, Ward's gone off. Edward has suddenly got a new lease of life. He's right behind him. You can just see him there. That is the SRC car sitting behind David Ward. Ward having a really sort of tipsy-turny turn 6. I think he might have carried too much speed going into turn 6, and then when he exited out of it, it was just like, nah, I'm not gonna turn, mate. I'm gonna understeer.
Well, I was looking at the LMP1s. Something interesting. The situation at the moment is it's lap 19 started now by Connor Pearson of a possible 34.94. So it means 35 laps. But if Pearson can just find like half a second for a couple laps, if he can drop this 143.494 down to a 43 flat or a 43.1, we could be looking at an extra lap. And if they're not aware of this, that could throw a lot of these LMP1s out, because an extra lap will probably cost them. They might have to fuel save, so Pearson might be having one eye on that at the moment as he's defending for
Patrick Heinrich is chasing Tom Hooper, and Tom Hooper has just yielded going into turn 1. He's not fought that at all. He's made
That's a good move though. It's a good move though, because look, they're coming down to the Moraine sweep, so that means he'll get slipstream. So instead of having to defend down this straight, why not set yourself up to attack down the straight? You know,
you have smarts. You have smarts. I don't.
And look at it though. Heinrich has to go on the defensive. Hooper, you know, if he had a better turn 3, I think he might have had a move there, but he's still there, and it's not like he's losing time on Heinrich. He's basically using this.
Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
Didn't know I was racing there for a moment.
You know, that's the one way you can tell who's racing. Whoever gets into your chat after you've done that and says, huh, I heard the spotter, huh.
Yeah, where's the spotter? Oh, look at this. Heinrich is held up by a GTE. That's Jackson Evans. So that's going to lose him a bit of time. Oh no. Tom's going to have to brake for the king. Tom
did brake indeed. He actually slowed down, and that is what Heinrich absolutely loves to see. That, well, I mean, the car was bookmarked behind the GTE. The car number 27 of Tom Hooper was bookmarked behind the GTE coming through the kink. Absolutely nothing he can do. He's not got the boost of the LMP1. The LMP1 probably would have been able to, if push came to shove, boosted, took the kink on the inside, prayed that he didn't, you know, fly off the track, and they are coming in for their pit stops just at this moment in time. And you can see the green LEDs pointing them in the right direction. They wouldn't want to, you know, essentially charge off the track, which some people have done. It's going to be interesting to see how much time difference the actual pit stop will be. As you can see, they've just gone into their box. We're just waiting to see for them to come out. The pit stop window, I think, is about... Oh, they're actually getting for a full fuel tank. The pit stop by Sven Hasse was 24.8 seconds. So we're looking to see if Tom Hooper has anything up his sleeve. Did he fuel save? He's gone first.
Oh, just in time.
Just in time. He's clicking the gears up and down. He's actually ahead of the car number 2. Patrick Heinrich is now back behind Tom Hooper again. And there's an LMP1 looking on the outside. That is an OCM car. And it's all gone wrong in the pit stop. Tom Hooper has absolutely maximized the amount of fuel that he saved. He was 22.7. Listen to this. 22.7 in the pit box. Patrick Heinrich, 25.1.
Wow. All that. And I'll tell you what, I'm not not gonna say what I'm not gonna say that I'm right, but just think about it. Maybe he knew he could pit a bit less, so maybe he let Heinrich go in front of him, get behind, and save a bit of fuel with some street, draft. I'm clutching at straws here. I'm clutching at straws, but that would be amazing. But now the real battle starts. 24:44 left. Heinrich will have to be on the attack against Hooper. What can Tom do? It's going to be tough. Meanwhile, Milnek was the only car not to pit. Now he comes in. He came out the pit about when Haas came out the pit. He was about 23 seconds ahead, and you were saying it was like a 22 to 24 second pit stop. So he'll lose that. He was sitting P4. Be interested to see where he comes now. As Sven Haas is now 13 seconds. He's on his relative. He's 12 seconds behind. So that will be interesting to see. Elsewhere, we'll be looking at battle. Von Talbot did gain time on De Backer, then loses it. So De Backer's still out there. The man against the world or against the Corvettes is still out there. Battling.
He's still out there, among the stars.
Among the stars. I want to give a shout out though to car 13, unlucky 13, Laurent Benzo. 12 places made up this race. Did not set a qualifying lap. Started second from last in the field. Has made his way up to P5. That's a good drive there from Benzo. We usually see that with some drivers that don't qualify, but 12 positions is, especially P5, that's one hell of a drive.
Yeah, so he started 39th overall. That is down the field. And now he is currently sitting overall 25th. So that is 14 places made up, apparently. But that also includes like dead GTEs and the 3 dead LMP1s. I'm going to try and come back. Alex Salmon, he's now spent 23 minutes in the pits. Is coming back? The car
has a back on it and a crumpled wing. Hang on, it had no wing. So how does it get a crumpled wing when it had no wing?
Yeah, why not just give it a new, everything? Where's iRacing? Where's my body?
That wing is going to be pulled out. That wing is just going to go, it's just going to...
It's just going to go.
Thank you. Broke in the post. Right. Let's keep an eye on these battles. But I was saying about Benzo, he's actually somewhat on the charge on the Forge at the moment. The gap is 2.8, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And we have seen pit stops in the LMP1. Solstenberg did not pit. Pearson pitted, as did Lyon. In fact, Harala and Solstenberg were the only ones that did not pit or had not pit yet. Solstenberg is in the pits right now. Where is Pearson? Good question. Where is Pearson? He is actually coming around the kink. That's going to be a tough one, actually. We'll keep an eye on this. The gap between them was about a second and a half, I was going to say. We'll wait and see what happens. Meanwhile, Hooper is now up to P3. Did I miss something? Somebody was P4. Oh, it's Milnek. What's happened to Milnek? He's down in P5 now. He's lost a couple spots from not pitting. Oh, for that late pit, sorry.
That late pit? Wait, when did he pit?
He pitted after everybody. Meanwhile, Solstenberg is still in the pit. Harala's in the pit. Pearson has gone by.
There's a blown engine. There's a blown engine. Who is that coming out of the pits just there? That was a Corvette coming out with a blown engine. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Which one is that, though? Who was that? Do you know?
Pass. I was not paying attention, if I'm brutally honest. Stamon's out, by the way. Stamon is now driving, and that was Salipa. Salipa's just gone boom. Yeah, that was Salipa. Pulls it to one side, comes out the pits, and it just goes boom. And now,
but he was in the pits for repairs, though, wasn't he not? Yeah, he was in the pits for repairs, and what's wrong? What happened to him?
That is why you always take your optionals as well as your required.
Look at this. His car. Oh, there it goes. Hang on a minute. I need to see what it was like in his cockpit.
I know how that feels. From my racing, I know how that feels. It's not good. The gap, by the way, 2.8 between Pearson and Solstenberg at the front. I think the only people not to do pit stops are the GTE. 20 minutes remaining.
He literally revved up the engine and... Oh,
I'm face palming right now. I'm face palming right now.
It literally went. It literally went. Oh. It was.
Yano just set a blistering lap. Last lap he did a 1:59.946, the only time under 2 minutes, and then he just decides, I am speed, and does a 1:59.928. So even he's had because of all those pit stops, he's had a bit of clean air, and he's taken all the advantage with it. He's just run with it. He's taken it and run with it. Will he do another sub 2 minute lap? That is going to be hard to do.
Well, no, he's not.
No, he can't. He's going to pit.
He's going to run into the pit to get some fuel.
As does Fontalba.
Yeah, Fontalba is joining him as well for a bit of 5 on 15 pit stop action, rated PG-13.
Oh dear. But the gap between them was about 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So unless something happens, I cannot see. Yeah, I can't see anything happening. Shout out to the Corvette cars though. With these pit banners, by the way. These pit banners that they now have. Fantastic to see. 3, 4, same pit stop.
So they'll be roughly in around the same gap when they come out. By the way, I was just going to say, remember when our clip was featured on the first ever iRacing Twitch compilation?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
I tell you what, I do remember.
It was rated M for mature.
I was going to say it. I was like, why are you saying PG-13? I tell you what isn't PG-13. It's this fantastic battle between Heinrich and Castrol. Castrol's got no response for Heinrich. Patrick's going to take P2 away from Yuri. That is simple as simple could be. And then Patrick decides, slide to the left, slide to the right.
Take it back now, y'all.
Not sure what that was all about. Anyway, he's got the position. Castrol goes wide. He goes wide there a little bit and clips the grass out of T2 and T3. Can he attack Heinrich? Maybe, but he's also going to defend against Hooper. I think Yuri's got issues. Look at it. Something's not right with Yuri's car. That should not be happening that easily.
Oh, he is actually. Oh, he's lost 2 positions in a lap. What's going on? What's going on, Bill?
Ever since he came out the pits, ever since he's come out the pits, he was doing 153s. I reckon he's got some floor damage somewhere.
3 seconds worth of floor damage, really?
Something has happened because of that top speed is down, and Heinrich now just putting himself in between Benzo and DeForges. They're having a battle. Look at that. Benzo has made up all that time. All right, because he lost it in the pit. Sorry, 11 spots made out. He's now trying to fight the Forge, trying to get P5 back. Lost time in the pits. Not sure what happened there. But that battle, look at this, Castrol and Hooper. But yeah, Yuri's just got nothing. There's no speed there whatsoever. And He's 3 seconds slower than everybody.
Yeah, let's just see what happened to him. It is Yuri Castro.
Oh, he hit the bump on the pit lane entry.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. He had 3 minutes of optionals. Oh, what pit lap did he pit on? Just trying to figure that one out. So I should go by driver here.
Pitted on lap 18.
He did indeed. Let's have a look at what happened here. This is where he pitted, I think. That was the Porsche of 37. That would have been David Ward coming on his inside. Does he dive? Oh yeah, he's looking to it. Let's see what happened to him. What?
Oh, I saw that little bump. Saw that little bump there on the replay. Thanks, it blinked for me. Just that little bit where the grass meets the tarmac. There's a little bit of a bump there. And I could just see the car from that camera angle just fly up a little bit. That is the bump we're talking about. And it's crazy to think something like that has caused 3 minutes.
I just saw it there. I had to put it on slow-mo to actually see that bump. Just to have another look at it again, ladies and gentlemen. This is his cockpit view. You've seen it, what it looks like in slow motion. You could see the car bouncing up and down. Let's go back to it again. He's just passing by, or being passed by David Ward. Look at this. Would this give you... That was the damage. 3 minutes of optionals.
That's
for that.
insane.
What on earth?
What? No words. Gonzalez came in the pits and out the pits. The gap now between him and the backer is, well, sorry, Fontalba's 3 seconds. Gonzalez is going to be about 4 seconds. So they're all spread out again. Benzo trying to catch on to the Forge. We've got Walkney, who's been in the pits for quite a while. It is on the same lap. He's an LMP2 right behind them. So he'll get a bit of slipstream, will Benzo. But then will the Forge get a bit of slipstream from Walkney? Let's just wait and see. Will he slide over? Does not slide over. Now, I would have thought Cyril would have gone over.
Sorry, just had to interrupt. That was Konstantin Stolzenberg having to become a tractor momentarily to go wide for I was gonna say, do you know what? Do you remember at the start of the race when I said the sleepy head?
Yeah.
For Arnold de Backer. Yeah, I was about to say that. I had to stop myself and be like, no, he's first position now. He's made up for his crime.
Made up for his crime.
Yeah, but
he?
Yeah, he had to update himself and correct the car, because he was side by side going into turn 1, or side by side coming out of turn 1 with Backer in car numbers 15, and that would have been a issue if he had not done that. He was giving him some space, and he luckily made it around, but that was pretty dicey, if I'm going to be honest.
Got a couple battles going on right now. Stolzenberg on Pearson for the overall lead of the race. This battle between Benzo and the Forge, they've basically been bumper to bumper or nose to bumper for the last half a lap, as well as they're coming into the carousel right now. Benzo's not been able to get around or try and make a move because there's been faster cars trying to get by. And again, they'll come down into the hurry downs after the kink, and it will be the same thing again as Harala's right behind them. So he won't be able to make a move yet, but will he look to try and make some sort of move going into Canada corner? He's too far away to do it now. But if Benzo can just string together a couple good corners, start finish straight, I think he might have a move on here, but he's lost time going into Canada corner.
Just looking at what we see. Oh, that's not the right camera. There we go. Cyril de Forge looking backwards towards Laurent. You can just hear the is that the exhausts backfiring or something? Because they're doing it in the middle of the gearbox, not at like the top of the rev range. What?
No idea. You know what the replay's like with the Ferrari anyway. The Ferrari over revs.
Yeah, the Ferrari just goes.
Yeah, so it could just be a case of the Ferrari. Like that with the replay. So we can't be 100% sure, but we'll keep an eye on it. A couple of other battles we're talking about. Edouard trying to catch on to Tom Bland. I think Roberte still got a little bit of damage from that little hit on the backer. From Talbot near the middle of the start of the race. So not really catching on to Bland there. Might be a little bit down on speed, having to use a bit more boost. The Stolzenberg-Pearson battle, though, the gap is now a second. But every time Stolzenberg tries to catch on to Pearson, he might be hoping that Pearson gets caught up in lap traffic. So got to keep an eye out. 11 minutes to go. The overall winner of this race is still not decided. It won't be decided until Barney waves that checkered flag. And with 11 minutes to go exactly, it's going to be 35 laps for definite. The pit stop threw out any opportunity of an extra lap. So they're going to be fine for fuel. No one's going to have to fuel save. It's just going to be a straight out battle of pace as the sun sets, hitting them as they come out of turn 1. That's a nice little sight, but it would be horrible if you're driving there. Pearson 0.8 of a second ahead of Stolzenberg now.
As we pass the birthday clown car that had the accident with the bouncy castle. I'm still going with that. As we get down into turn 5 onto turn 6, it is Konstantin Stolzenberg, a 0.7 of a second behind Connor Pearson, and he's also 0.7 of a second away from hitting that subscribe button, which you should do too. Click it, do it,
Mars.
please.
Benzo, Benzo still trying to make this work against the Forge. 0.2 of a second faster than the Forge last lap. But again, look, Nicholas is going to come up behind them any second now. So that's going to be another chance he can't make a move in a corner. And turn 3 would be a great way to make a move if he can stick it. But he cannot. So now he wants to try and use Slipstream to get around the Forge. He can't, because the Forge gets Slipstream of Nicholas Coetz. So what can he do? He needs to make a move, does Laurent, but there's nowhere to make a move because everywhere he's going, the lap traffic is helping the Forge. Again, can't make a break there. He loses time going into turn 5, and not because he's holding back. Just the Forge is just getting a little bit of an advantage with the lap traffic.
The boost strategies, except they're not boost strategies. It's more so the bookmark strategies, the bookmark chronicles. That should be the name of a series, the bookmark chronicles.
The Chronicles of ILMS.
Yeah, the Chronicles of ILMS. The Lion, the Witch, and the
Chapter
Bookmark.
1, Road America. No, Chapter 1, I Believe I Can Fly. It was another bad day for Alex Salmon. Constantly getting flipped again by Ismail Yakubu. Why do you do this to me, he says. He got flipped again. End of Chapter 1.
and it has to say end of Chapter 1 in big, bold letters.
I mean, we'll have to add to it if it happens again, but the chances... Lewis Wood's in the pits. Oh, what's happened to Lewis? He's crabbing. Now, what's happened here?
Oh, no.
Has he lost it coming out of the turn? That's... What? He's lost it coming out of Bill Mitchell.
Oh, please don't tell me we've had another curse of the Bill Mitchell.
We have had another coach in the Bill Mitchell.
Oh, no.
Oh, and another one. Oh, no, that was him. Sorry. Yeah, that was him. Sorry.
That was... Oof. Just play that again in super slow motion. I know how much you all love super slow motion, so we're going to do that for you.
Play it again, Sam.
Play it again, Sam. And we could just see him coming around turn 13 now, and you can just see... Oh! Oh! Oh, they reckon! Oh!
Hey, Rob. Benzo has P4. 13 spots now made up for Benzo. Did it in turn 1 over the Forge. Clean as you like. The Forge wants to make a move. He's going to try for the late breaking down into turn 5. He's not close enough. He's going to force the issue. No. By the time he tried to force the issue, Benzo is already turning, and the Forge had nowhere to go. So he is trying to ask. And you think about it. Benzo was conservative. The Forge is desperate now. With 7 minutes to go, you've got to think that... I wouldn't say he is desperate. You've got to think that he might be desperate. He has to try and push, and I think that mistake might have just shown it to trying to force it.
He's got 7 minutes to do it, yeah. And if he doesn't get it done in 7 minutes, he's going to have to sucker punch 5th position. He'll be a top 5, as you say many times. Top 5 is still a top 5, whether you're 4th or 5th. But he wouldn't want to have the car number 13 ahead of the car number 12 now, would you? As going very wide, Laurent Benzo in the car number 13 through the kink. He knows he has Cyril DeForge behind him, and Cyril is essentially breathing down his neck. He's not letting the C8R of Laurent Benzo up at all. Ooh, we just want to avoid. You see, the problem is, like, they took the exact same line Lewis Woods did, and then very suddenly Lewis's end just goes, whoop, slam.
But I think Lewis, because of the how low those prototypes sit, I think he hit the bump on the curbs, and I think that might have unsettled the car. That might have caused the spin and just caused a bit of unevenness. I have had that happen to me before. We'll keep an eye on these elsewhere as well. The gap between first and second, the LMP1s is now a second and a half. We don't talk about the LMP2s because there is nothing going on at the moment. Sven Haas has a 22-second lead on Patrick Heinrich, but
are you
22.
Sure? You want to take that back? You've got an extra 10 seconds in there.
12 seconds. What's happened? What has happened? But that's not right. It was 21 at the start of the lap. Something's happened for Sven. He's lost 9 seconds that lap.
He did indeed lose 9 seconds. What happened to him? For him to lose that much time, he definitely had a spin at some stage. probably in one of the slower corners, so he wouldn't have lost that much time, but he definitely did have a spin. And now Patrick Heinrich is 12 seconds to the 22. Not all hope is lost. Of course, you have live timings at Raidillon.tv if you want to check that out. We're still waiting on any move from Cyril, but he's actually slowly falling backwards. He was 0.6 of a second slower on that last lap. That is not what he wants to be, and that's not what he should be doing. He needs to be up and at him. He needs to be right behind Laurent Benso as much as possible, and keep there and seem to be there, because if he doesn't, he'll very quickly lose the back end of Laurent Benso, and that's not something that he would want to have happen. Thibaut Organy is back in the pits again. He had to pit for fuel. He didn't have enough fuel, and now his race is scuppered.
Wow. That's a shame. I just want to talk about Yuri Kastrop all of a sudden. He was the man that was sitting high up in the standings. He's currently P5, but he's still 2 seconds slower than the guy behind him, which is Jack Crawford. The gap is 2 seconds. Dare I say it? He may lose his top 5, and with Newman 5 seconds behind him, he may even go down to P7. Not what you want to see. That
floor damage is costing him dearly. It may have been faster to not take the floor damage as repairs as he's doing right now. But
sorry, Solzenberg almost went into the back of Gonzalez. Sorry. The gap here between Pearson and Solzenberg with 3:25 left is a second. And Kostenstein was trying his best to push Pearson. And that little move there from Gonzalez. Gonzalez was trying to get out of the way at the same time that Solzenberg was trying to get by him. So that's a struggle. Benso to Forge. The gap is now just over half a second. We'll keep an eye on that. There was a battle at the back of the LMP1. Blan and Edward. It's still the same. Edward has been unable to catch Blan. It's been half a second non-stop really for the last 4 laps between these, and just struggling. Yeah, Yuri is half a second ahead of Crawford. He's gonna say goodbye to that P5 as he comes by, and I think he realizes. I think he's just gonna let them know Crawford's just gonna take that P5. Just thank you very much. He goes.
Thank you very much. He goes. Oh yeah, there he goes. Yuri is going backwards at a breakneck pace. Jack Crawford now up into a top 5 position. He'd be happy with that. But Yuri going from bad to worse for him. That floor damage is costing him dearly, and it's costing him for every minute he stays out on track. But it's too late now. He has to continue with the damage. He will have lost 3 minutes in the pits. It's better to lose only 60 seconds on average as the end kicks out for Yuri, and he just sees Jack Crawford just slithering by and going away from him. I think most of the damage is seen when they're on the straights, I think. But
it's such a long track.
Yeah.
So
you can see look at the distance already.
It's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
It's gone, and he's only a second faster than Newman behind him, so he might be able to hold on. There are 2 laps left in the race. The gap at the front of the pack in the LMP1 is a second. Solzenberg needs to find half a second this lap on Pearson. That's a tall order when he's only been doing a tenth faster last lap. So it's going to be really tight for Solzenberg to try and do anything here. But he will try. He will try his hard. Will Lyons 2 seconds ahead of Valentin. So unless he gets caught up by traffic, and as I say that, oh look, he got caught up by a couple of cars in the carousel. So big give and take. Oh no, Valentin's had to. Did he get by? Yes. Valentin was about to get by an LMP2 and a GTE, and the LMP2 decided before the King, I'm going to overtake this GTE. And Valentin's like, no.
No,
has
negative.
No choice but to hit the brakes. Negative, but yeah. Just nothing to happen there. Connor Pearson will take the white flag. This is the last lap of the race. How many cars he will overtake, we will wait and see. Some cars will be starting their last lap. Benso to Forge. The gap is now 1 second. I mean, get your pencils ready, because I think we can almost call this official. Wait, no, Tom Bland has lost some positions. Tom Bland has lost 2 positions.
What happened to him? Oh, he is.
What has happened to him?
He's down at the back of the field. Down at the back of the runners. He's in ninth position. You can just see Lewis. We did see Lewis Woods going off. We did see Alex Salmon going off. Alex Salmon, by the way, is still running, so he's not last. Ishmael Yakubu is not running, and Chris McGrath is no longer running. So we've had technically three LMP1 retirements. And good sport, Alex Salmon. He's continuing on. How is that car still going, though? Like, he flipped upside down.
I don't know. Connor Pearson has gone around the carousel and gone around the party. He's going to say, I'll pick you up in a minute because I'm going to be celebrating this win once I get through the last few corners. Down the kettle bottoms he comes. Down into Canada corner. Only a couple corners left to go. He's got an LMP2 ahead of him, and Nicholas Coates should not affect him. He'll catch him as he comes around turn 14. Turn 14 hits now. And the gap is 1.5 seconds between Tolstenberg and Pearson. It's going to be a simple drive for Connor. He will take another victory this season in the ILMS series at Road America. Connor Pearson wins the LMP1 class. Tolstenberg will take P2. And slowly coming up behind them will be Will Lyon. He comes out of turn 14. He will come up the hill. Will Lyon will take third. Valentin will take fourth. And Blackwood will be coming up as well and taking fifth. Behind them is De Backer. De Backer is coming up to turn 14 himself. Ever since that accident with Fontalba and Edward, it has been Backer after he fell asleep at the start of the race. He's awake now, and when he sees the green checkered flag, he'll definitely be awake as he'll be celebrating a win in the ILMS series.
As will this man, Sven Hasse. Or Sven Haas. I think whichever one is correct, please let me know. But the car number one in P1 for P2, I would have loved that it was LMP1, so I could say car number one in P1 for P1 and P1 overall. That would have been such a great roll off the tongue, and he is the race winner as we see Patrick Heinrich.
Oh, there's been an accident, Rob! There's been an accident! Yuri Krastrop and Newman! They've gone off at Canada corner. And it looks like a bit of net code. It almost looks like, yes, Newman cut the grass, breaking for Canada corner when he's on the outside of Kastrup, and he loses it and hits the back of Kastrup. They both go off. Now, what happens? Do they hold on to their positions? But it's gonna be a slow sprint to the line between Kastrup and Newman. This is for 6th and 7th. Is there any speed left in Newman's car for that damage? There is, but it's going to be too late. The gap is going to be 1/10 of a second between those two. That will be 6th and 7th, respectively, for Kastrup and Newman.
Apparently, Sven Hasse is going down the pecking order on my screens. I'm not sure if that's correct.
No, he's fine on my screen.
Okay, so it's just an issue on my screen. Okay.
An issue on your screen. No, not to worry.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. No! Wasn't that a race? Wasn't that a race? Wow.
It was a race, and it's an interesting end of defense end there for Yuri Kastrop battling for P6. But talk about that later. But let's talk about the winners, shall we? Let's talk about Connor Pearson picking up another victory in LMP1 and the overall victory. He will take the lead and the victory.
My scoreboard's all messed up. Look at this.
All right.
1st, 6th, 3rd, 5th, 7th on the first screen. Oh, it's all gone wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, if somebody could find Rob's computer, that would be fine. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are missing Rob's computer. If it's right, I don't know. But Connor Pearson wins with Konstantin Solzenberg taking P2 and Will Lyon holding off a battle from Hugo Valentin to take 3rd, with Valentin taking 4th. Sam Blackwood comes home in 5th, and Sami Harala, the fastest Porsche, takes 6th. Roberto Edward fights back to 7th, and David Ward takes 8th, followed by Tom Bland, who falls down to 9th after a bit of an incident at the end. I'm not sure what happened there. Sven Haas will take the victory in the LMP2s, with Patrick Heinrich behind him in P2, Tom Hooper in 3rd, Munich in 4th, followed by Jack Crawford and Yuri Kastrop, who had that unfortunate floor damage, just holding off Newman to take 6th, with Newman taking 7th, of course. Much will take 8th, and then 9th will be Nicholas Coates, and Walkney fights back 2 laps behind everybody, but finishes 10th overall for the LMP2s as we then hit the GTEs.
I really am not going to be able to say the results. It's all messed up.
Okay, right. So Jarno de Bakker will take victory. Started from the front, missed out at the start of the race. Now we're here. You got it?
No, as in like you said, started from the front. Now we're here.
Now we're here. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh god, you can tell I'm old. Bakker takes the win over Fontalba. Gonzalez will take P3. Laurent Benzo will take 4, made up 13 places, followed by Cyril DeForge in 5th. Newland takes 6th, and Michael Rack will take 7th. Andy Gorton, the only Ford, will take 8th, and Ivo Rampant will take 9th. 10th for LaPlanche, and 11th for Mihai. Boucher will take 12th, and Jackson Evans will take 13th. Back to the LMP1s with Lewis Woods. He will take 10th for the LMP1s. And Luke Sawaki in the GTE started 14th for the GTEs, finishes 14th. Tommy Vandergook for the LMP2s is 11th next. Then Alex Salmon does finish on 4 wheels and drives out. Might have been 16 laps down, but he finishes 11th in the class. Saturino retired in 15th for the GTEs. McGrath also retires. He finished 12th. Salipa retired. It was in 16th for the GTs. Yakubu, he definitely retired. 12th for the LMP1s. Dominic Sawicki will finish 33 laps behind the LMP1 leaders, and Frederic also retired around the same time.
So, I've already given the driver of the day to Alex Salmon for that crash. It was the greatest thing I've ever. I want to see that again. If we could get on like the iRacing like not top 10s for this. Hang on, let me just stop the music very abruptly and just show you what happened.
Is there a way somebody can get both clips and send them to iRacing? Because it's one thing getting flip with the same 2 guys one week, but then the same 2 guys to be involved in another flip the next week with almost the same result, with one of them on their head. What are the odds? What are the odds?
Let's have a look. This is Worldline. Where is my boy?
Do I get crash of the day? Asked Alex Salmon in chat. He does.
He does get crash of the day.
While you look for that, I will hype up these fantastic cameras from trackcams22.com, who provide them to us. These fantastic cameras, including that great camera you had as Alex Salmon did go flying and Yakubu went in the pit. That was a great camera. Shout out again to our social medias on YouTube, on Twitter and Instagram, which is just at Raidillon TV, all one word. Same with our YouTube and our Twitch. If you had enjoyed us, hit the subscribe button or the follow button on YouTube and Twitch respectively. The like button, of course, for those YouTube algorithms. We have a Discord underneath the video if you'd like to join us again and check us out, because we will be back tomorrow with the ERO Championship. 8 hours of Sebring in the WEC category style of racing. Then we're back Sunday for the Fanatec GT Challenge, and Wednesday it's back. The Racing Sim Rigs World Series is back for Season 2. 53 entries. It promises to be one hell of an event. The press day will be next Wednesday. And by the way, the RSL World Series, the winner wins a Sim Rig. You know, both winners win a Sim Rig. So have we got the video?
I just have it. Let me try it.
There we go. There is Alex Salmon's carcass. Really, I think that's the best way to describe it.
His literal carcass, yeah.
His literal carcass. That's Will Lyon.
There we go. Oi! Let's rewind that just a second.
Oh,
hang on.
I just love that camera angle.
I'm gonna have to bodge something here. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. This is what happens when you have... Hang on. No. I need to do this properly. How it feels to chew 5 gum. 5 gum. Stimulate your senses. Look, just look at this, right? Look, I've never seen a car just go, you know, it needs to take off. Like, I gotta go. My people need me. Just look at the flip backwards as well.
It's just. Also, shout out to iRacing Physics. He gets halfway through a flip, and the game decides. Now you go do a 360.
Yeah. Here we go. There we go. Oh, there goes all the parts as he slides to the start-finish straight. And look at the cars having to. Will Lyon had to strike the wall to avoid him. Oh, he did a pencil. Oh. He did it. He had grip roll. Look at this. 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 It's terrible. And he spun his LMP1 180 degrees.
That was more than 180 degrees, but boy, oh boy. Wow.
Anyways, we will not injure or maim Alex Salmon any longer. We'll let him have his moments and cry alone.
Well, let's just hype it up, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, because the evening's not over. Fantastic Friday's not over.
No.
Because coming up in 15 minutes will be RaceBot's coverage of the IMSA broadcast split live on the iRacing Esports Network. So do check that out and tell them once again that Raidillon TV sent you, and tell them what we always tell people, that Raidillon TV is the only corner you need.
And I will cap off by saying thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. If you've liked what you've seen, hit like, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, follow us on our Instagram, our Facebook, and anywhere else where we are. We have a Discord. It's in the description. If you've got a few spare pennies, we would love any support that we can get. If you'd like to support us financially, you can do through that stream. But until tomorrow, tomorrow is the 8 hours of a track.
Sebring.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. We are professional.
Yeah, we are professionals. The 8 hours of Sebring for the Endurance Racing Online will be tomorrow. Until then, though, take care, guys. Have a great, awesome weekend, and we hope to see you soon.